I can't get enough of you. Subscribe, like, and share. The stairs to the third floor felt like a half marathon. By the time So-eun reached the top, her forehead was dotted with sweat. As soon as they arrived, Tae-joon handed So-eun her bag and asked, "Can you manage on your own now?" "Yes, of course. See you on Monday." They parted ways at the stairs. "Thank you. Goodbye." So-eun bowed her head and quickly turned away, feeling the need to get away from him as fast as possible. She hurriedly opened the front door. Even after reaching the comfort of her home, her heart didn't calm down. It had been a while since she had felt flustered by someone's kindness. The last time Hyuk had escorted her home was on the day she was discharged after her liver surgery. Even then, Hyuk had left in a hurry without helping her with her luggage, citing work. She shouldn't compare, but having received kindness from someone else for the first time since breaking up with her boyfriend, she couldn't help but notice it more. No, she couldn't mistake kindness for something else. She needed to maintain boundaries and remember her role. At that moment, a message arrived. "It's Kim Tae-joon. From now on, if anything happens, you can contact me at this number." So-eun felt distressed because her heart wouldn't stop racing. So-eun, are you someone who falls for anyone who treats you well? Why am I like this? After what happened with young Hyuk, why am I like this again? And it's the director this time. So-eun shook her head, trying to collect her thoughts. So-eun, get a grip on your life. If the director shows kindness again, speak up properly. Director, please don't do that. If you do, feelings that weren't there before might develop. I might start seeing this kindness as something special and begin to think of you as special too. I don't want that. I don't want to find myself in a situation where my heart becomes too easy and you become difficult. So-eun was relieved she hadn't worn her lenses. If she had clearly seen his handsome face while receiving his kindness, she would have fallen for him for sure. After dropping So-eun off, Tae-joon returned home immediately. Saying he had work at the office was obviously a lie. Tae-joon went straight to the bedroom and collapsed onto the bed. After the jar broke, he had immediately contacted Secretary Song to add to So-eun's burden. He knew that no matter how many times he said it was okay, she would always feel guilty. But what if that burden became a barrier? What if So-eun became more wary of him? Returning home alone made him realize how childish his actions were, and he felt annoyed with himself. The fatigue from staying up all night finally hit him, making him feel dizzy. It felt like he had returned from a long trip. Even with his eyes closed, he felt strange. It was as if the bed carried So-eun's scent, making his heart ache. The pillow and blanket felt unfamiliar, as if they were no longer his own. He had brought her into his house without her consent, and her brief stay seemed to have taken away all the peace from his home. Despite his fatigue, he couldn't sleep. Hyuk visited Malhee's hospital room before going to work. "Oh my, what brings my son here so early?" Malhee's pride and joy, the world's best son. Her face lit up as Hyuk entered the room. Hyuk smiled and approached, taking Malhee's hand. "Mom, I have something to tell you." "What is it? Tell me." "I broke up with So-eun."
Why?
"Was it because of Heejin's blood type?" "Something like that." "Did you break up with her?" "Of course. Do you think she would break up with me first?"
What? How dare she?
"And then what? We broke up. Did she ask for money or anything?"
So-eun isn't like that.
But you never know, with people she seemed frantic as soon as she found out about Heejin's blood type. Malhee sighed deeply and ground her teeth, still upset. "You should have made her sign a paper, so she couldn't ask for anything later." "Don't worry, Mom. I'm a lawyer. She can't fight me." Hyuk comforted his agitated mother. "If she contacts you, don't answer. Tell me and I'll handle it." "Is this for the best?" "Of course. It's the best." "Okay, if you're sure. I always felt you deserved better when I saw her." Feeling reassured by his mother's words, Hyuk felt more confident about his decision. So-eun and he were not a good match. So-eun should have appreciated their relationship more, but was too dissatisfied. So it's for the best. It's all for the best. Still, it's strange. Where does she think she can go after breaking up with you? She has nothing. Nodding in agreement, Hyuk suddenly paused. He recalled the scene outside the hotel where Kim Tae-joon had hugged So-eun. That can't be right. Someone like So-eun with Kim Tae-joon? He had been bothered by this thought for days. Shaking his head to dismiss it, Hyuk changed the subject. Forget about her. There's something else I need to tell you. This was the truly important news. You know Hyunji, right? Choi Hyunji? She likes me. Malhee's eyes widened in surprise. The lawyer? She likes you. That's why she visited you even when she was so busy. I started dating her as soon as I broke up with So-eun. Wow, 2 pieces of good news. My son is so capable. Women just can't get enough of you. Malhee's face, which had been gloomy and worried, now shone like a spring maiden's. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. I need to settle down now. I'm planning to propose to Hyunji soon. That's great. You made the right choice. So, you need to get better quickly, Mom. You have to help me prepare for the wedding.
Yes.
I need to get better fast. I have to get discharged right away. It seemed like Malhee could be discharged immediately. She appeared revitalized. I raised my son well, and now I'll recover from cancer and live in luxury. Oh, my wonderful son. It was a day of immense joy for Malhee. Hyuk was also relieved and pleased. On Monday, the nation was under a heat wave warning. As Tae-joon arrived at work, Secretary Song greeted him. Good morning. Did you have a good weekend? Except for the heat, it was good. Did you have a peaceful weekend? The conversation was friendly, but for Tae-joon, it was a hollow exchange. Since So-eun's visit, his home had lost its essence. What should have been a peaceful and comfortable place had become chaotic and uncomfortable. The biggest issue was his bedroom. After dropping So-eun off, Tae-joon had gone straight to bed, but couldn't sleep. It felt like So-eun's scent lingered in the sheets and pillows. The fragrant smell she carried seemed to permeate every corner. He couldn't close or open his eyes comfortably. After exchanging brief greetings, Secretary Song handed him a document. Assistant Han came by this morning. The document contained information about the TF team expansion. During breakfast on Saturday, they had briefly discussed it, and now So-eun had already submitted recommendations. As Tae-joon entered his office after received a document review the candidates. One was Park Bo-bae, who sat next to So-eun, and the other was Jang Eun-pyo, a male employee Tae-joon barely knew. I remember that today, after finishing my external schedule and returning to the office, I went to the mobile services team. So-eun wasn't at her desk, so I wandered around looking for her. Moving closer, he overheard Park Bo-bae talking to So-eun. But you look so pretty with lenses. It's a waste not to show your beauty. Bo-bae, who had been chatting excitedly, turned her head. It seemed she wanted to get the opinion of a dark-haired man with glasses lingering nearby. Right, Assistant Jang? Don't you think Assistant Han is pretty? Eun-pyo responded to Bo-bae's question. A calm response without any fuss.
Yes.
It's pretty. Really. The gap between the words made Tae-joon feel uneasy. As he continued his conversation with the team leader, he naturally walked while observing the face of this man named Jang Eun-pyo. The gaze behind the glasses, constantly aware of Han So-eun's movements, made an inexplicable anger rise within him. He realized that this was the same person who had insisted on keeping So-eun in the mobile service team, claiming a lack of personnel, when Tae-joon tried to take her to the 7th floor private room. This guy didn't volunteer for the TF team with a pure heart. Tae-joon was sure of it. The fact that a woman he found attractive was equally attractive to others was incredibly annoying to him.
What?
A special asset to have on the team? So-eun's brief explanation for recommending them was that they had a special asset. Somehow, this made Tae-joon uncomfortable. That woman. This is so annoying. Why would he be any different to any other employee? What should I do? I can't reject him without a good reason. So-eun, what am I supposed to do with you? Yeoljia law firm meeting room. After the part meeting ended, Hyunji didn't get up. After all the colleagues left the meeting room, and it was just the two of them, Hyuk moved closer to Hyunji. "What are you doing?" he asked, seeing her focused on her phone. "Appa, are you preparing for the proposal well?" The proposal was the real issue. Hyunji had made it clear she wanted a proper proposal, and Hyuk struggled to come up with an idea that would meet her expectations. Hyuk hid his discomfort and answered, "Why are you asking? I'll take care of it." "Really? I'll be looking forward to it."
Damn it.
Why the hell is she expecting so much? So-eun would have been happy, even if I just gave her a candy ring. He's not ready for it. And look at this. Hyunji showed her phone screen to Hyuk. It was a picture of a high-end brand ring he didn't recognize. "What's this?" "That's the ring I want for the proposal."
Got it.
"Oh, you want the wedding ring in advance? Don't you have any sense? No, proposal rings and wedding rings are different. Obviously." The ring looked incredibly expensive and flashy. Hyuk's brows furrowed as he stared at it. Hyunji kindly sent the picture of the ring to Hyuk's phone. Hyuk checked the ring's information on his phone, and his eyes widened. An engagement ring worth 50 million won? It was more expensive than his used foreign car. His hands trembled at the price he had never seen before, and he felt a surge of resentment towards Hyunji. "She knows how much I earn. It's been my dream for a long time to receive this ring for a proposal. Will you make my wish come true, Appa?" "Of course." Despite his mixed feelings, Hyuk forced a smile, thinking about the rewarding future ahead. After finishing her regular duties, as always, So-eun went up to the 7th floor. Song Moon-kyung, the manager, welcomed her as usual. "Chief Han, you're here?" "Yes, manager. How have you been? How is your body? Do you know how worried I was on Friday? I'm really sorry. Thank you for taking care of me. I won't make you worry anymore." "Yes, but the director was more worried than I was," Moon-kyung said kindly to So-eun's greeting. "Yes, the director was very worried. Thank you for your hard work." Thinking about what happened last Friday and Saturday made her face flush. So-eun took a deep breath secretly to calm the heat rising in her face. An hour ago, she learned that Tae-joon had made a surprise visit to the mobile service team. He probably didn't come to see her, but So-eun hurriedly went to the bathroom to take off her glasses and put on lenses. While she was talking and handling devices with her colleagues in the repair room, Tae-joon left. After Tae-joon left, So-eun felt foolish. Why did she get so nervous and even change her lenses just to show something to that man? Even after realizing the bitter reality, she became nervous again when she went up to the 7th floor. "The director is here. Would you like to go in with me?" In the meantime, Moon-kyung stood up and led So-eun. Moon-kyung knocked on Tae-joon's office door. "Yes, come in." Tae-joon's voice came from behind the solid door. Moon-kyung opened the door and went inside. "Director, Chief Han So-eun is here. I'm leaving now." "Yes, thank you for your hard work." Tae-joon greeted Moon-kyung while he was still working. After Moon-kyung left, leaving So-eun alone, Tae-joon stopped his work and stared intently at her. "How are you feeling?" So-eun answered sincerely. "I'm fine now. Thank you for your concern." "That's a relief." "Really, do you think it's a relief that I'm okay?" She found it ridiculous that she attached meaning to each of his short words, but realizing that didn't stop her from thinking. Nevertheless, she couldn't take up his precious time for too long, so she didn't forget her duty and reported today's work. "Director, I asked Secretary Song Moon-kyung to deliver the recommendation letter this morning. I saw it. I'll review it."
Yes.
"When will it start if it goes through?" "I'll contact you separately." "Is there anything I should tell them to prepare in advance?"
Before that,
"Today, I have something to apologize for." Tae-joon came closer and held out his hand. In his hand was a familiar pair of glasses. Isn't this Chief Han So-eun's glasses? The glasses that Hyuk had given her. The glasses she lost after drinking a while ago, now in Tae-joon's hand with the lenses cracked. Why does the director have this? He said he didn't see them back then. Actually, I stepped on it by mistake under the bench that day. You said it was precious, so I couldn't bring myself to tell you. I'm sorry. She found it annoying that he didn't return the glasses on time, but she didn't blame him. If she had lost her attachment to the glasses earlier, it would have been better.
No.
It's not precious anymore. It's okay. So-eun shook her head. She didn't need to get the glasses back anymore. She felt uncomfortable talking about her ex-boyfriend with Tae-joon. As she was about to say she could just throw away the glasses, Tae-joon spoke indifferently. Good that it's not precious anymore. Still, I need to compensate for my mistake. Let's go get new glasses. Tae-joon started walking first. Come with me. So-eun's face stiffened. She didn't know what to do, half wanting to refuse, half wanting to follow. It's right to follow the director's orders, but getting new glasses seemed like a very personal matter. With this fear, So-eun took a step forward. Seeing her following him without a word of refusal and walking nervously made him feel conflicted. When he had urged her to follow him quickly, her eyes looked like she was about to burst into tears. He knew well that she didn't follow him willingly. She probably felt obliged because she had broken the moon jar. Maybe she was thinking that she shouldn't upset him any further. Even so, he couldn't bring himself to tell her to get out if she didn't want to be there. Tae-joon deliberately drove to a department store in Seoul, far from the company. He only wanted to keep her with him longer. His plan was to buy her glasses, have dinner together, and then take her home. So-eun seemed surprised to have followed him so blindly. I can just get them at a neighborhood optician. This is the only place I know. If I get my glasses here, it'll take a long time to come back to pick them up. I'll bring them to you. No, it's fine. It's my glasses, so I should come and get them. Despite being cautious, she was adorable as she spoke up, which made Tae-joon chuckle a bit. As expected, So-eun chose the cheapest glasses at the optician's. The staff, thinking that the glasses So-eun chose weren't good enough, strongly tried to persuade her. Ma'am, these glasses and these ones aren't much different in price. These ones suit you better. I still prefer these. How about asking your boyfriend? Tae-joon, who had been giving So-eun the freedom to choose by standing a few steps back, was summoned. Sir, could you take a look at your girlfriend's glasses? While So-eun was flustered by the words boyfriend and girlfriend, Tae-joon nonchalantly walked over to her. The staff alternated the glasses on So-eun's face and asked Tae-joon, which ones do you think suit her better? I'm not sure. She looks pretty with both. Tae-joon answered the staff while sneaking a smile at So-eun. He found her blushing face amusing. You are in big trouble, Han So-eun. What the hell are you going to do about this? On their way to the parking lot, So-eun kept mumbling while holding the daily lenses set. You didn't have to buy the contact lenses. I have other lenses. Didn't your prescription change? Still, you bought too much. It's uncomfortable. More uncomfortable than me? I had decided to buy her glasses because of a trivial remark from Jang Eun-pyo, an employee. It was out of petty jealousy that he decided to buy her glasses. I broke Ms. Han's glasses. And I broke your moon jar. Then you should make a fair request of me too. Their steps stopped as they reached the parking lot. Receiving resentful looks in return for his unconditional kindness left Tae-joon feeling conflicted. Of course, I want to make a request. It might not be fair, though. The suppressed-based desires were now bubbling up. His gaze at her was no longer pure. There's a lot of things I would like, so many that you could make a mountain with it. And some are even unjustifiable, so I think it's better to ask for something small first. Just stay as Han So-eun. That's what I want. But if I want to be greedy, I want to kiss you. I want to kiss every corner of your body. I wonder what color you'll turn at that moment. I want to kiss you, bite you, and hear your breathing and the sounds you make. I want to see all your colors and hear all your sounds. I want to take you to a secret place where no other man can approach you. I wish no one else could enter your life but me. But you won't grant that wish. Knowing his selfish nature well, Tae-joon chose a reasonable compromise. I'm hungry. How about dinner? That was all he could answer. Let's leave quickly before it gets too late. But, director, I have something to tell you. Yet So-eun remained unmoving. Tae-joon stopped again. A few steps away, So-eun, trembling as if it were winter in this hot, humid place, looked at him. I think I like you, director. In that moment where it felt like everything in the world had stopped,